Welcome to online video class, all my dear young minds. Today we are going to come across UNO, United Nations Organization, the second international peacekeeping body formed in world history to protect the world peace. This happened after Second World War. Right. I will write the name of the unit. Post-war world means things which happened after World War II up to 1991, 1945 to 1991, what happened in the world we are learning. As a part of the test today, I said three things happened after World War II. One is decolonization, that is colonies achieving freedom from the foreign yoke or from the control of imperial powers or colonial powers who exploited their economic resources, human resources they exploited, mineral resources they exploited, natural resources they exploited in the belonging to the colonies, to the Western European countries who established their colonial control, who carried imperialistic expansion. So, from those countries of Western Europe, many Afro-Asian countries got liberated, which were acting as colonies for centuries of time. They enjoyed freedom. So, in this way, decolonization happened after it. And what is the results of yesterday I explained, in the last video I explained. Because these economic champions or tycoons in the world, or economic titans in the world up to the time before World War II, England, France, they lost their economic supremacy and they were in a position of catching a begging bowl and seeking someone's support because of the loss caused by Second World War. Already Great Economic Depression had shown its adverse impact, followed by Second World War. So, new economic titans or tycoons emerged out. One is United States of America, which is a symbol of capitalism, and other is USSR, which is led by Russia, symbol of communism. So they started dominant play in the world politics. Yesterday I explained, in the last video I explained all these concepts. Right. Second one is UN formation of, third one is Cold War. With this, international affairs will be coming to, related to the wars will be coming to an end, and then after we will go into the another international aspect that happened in the world, like the formation of non-alignment movement, West Asian conflicts, that is conflict between Jews and Arabs, what are the causes and so on. Then after we will be going into Middle East, rise of nationalism in Middle East Asia, that's Iran, Iraq and so on. Then after India, peace movements, why people demanded for peace. Then after we'll go into India's relations with other countries, right? Now we are going to see second topic that happened, related to things happened after the World War II. One is the decolonization explained just now. Second is UNO. After decolonization, formation of, what are the aspects happened? Decolonization, formation of UNO, formation of UNO, and Cold War. These are the very important topics, but much information is there in this, which should be listened with the utmost care. Right. The formation of UNO. UNO what took its birth on 24 October 1945. 24 October 1945. It took birth immediately after 1 month or 2 months of World War, 1.5 months afterwards, or 2 months afterwards, World War II got to an end. But the attempts to form this were not only made in these 2 months. These efforts were from 1943 onwards. Countries like Canada, Britain, France, USA, USSR, China, they were thinking, planning, and they had an idea also. The first world peacekeeping organization formed after World War I got utterly failed. This time, this body should not be like that. They thought and they framed. By 1944, they accepted the charter at Dumbarton Host Conference at San Francisco. Charter of United Nations Organization got accepted at San Francisco, and New York was acted as headquarters of UNO. Head office secretariat will be lying in New York, the financial capital of United States of America. But political capital is, we know, that is Washington DC. Financial, India have political capital, administrative capital, Delhi, New Delhi, but financial capital of India, Bombay, Mumbai, right? So like that, New York, headquarters of UNO exists at New York. Yeah, it got born just what are the principles that are based for the formation of UNO. In the last video I mentioned very clearly, preserving world peace, upholding human rights, apart from that honoring or respecting international law, got it, and one more principle also got advocated by me to you, explained by me to you. So in this way, 4 principles I explained in the previous class, and there are 2 more aims. There may be a question for 2 marks. Mention aims and principles of UNO. What it aims? Aims are twin aims of UNO. 1 mark it may be asked, or it may be asked along with the principles. Principles, those 4 which we came across in the last video, right? And now we are coming across this one, 2 twin aims of UNO. One is lasting peace. To see that peace will continue for a long time. Lasting peace means peace will continue for a long time. And human development. Human development. Human development. Lasting peace. Lasting peace means peace should be lasting for a long time. That is the duty, that is the aim of UNO, aim in formation of UNO. And what we call human development. These are the twin aims of UNO. UNO, it may be asked what are the aims of UNO, 1 mark meaning for 1 mark, or for 1 mark what are the principles of UNO which were explained in the last video. And as the 2 marks question also they can be asked, or for 4 marks also they ask the same you have to write. And they may ask functions also, functions of what are the, to discharge what functions several organs got made in UNO. UNO, United Nations Organization. United Nations, UNO is, UNO means United Nations, United Nations Organization. United Nations Organization. Yeah, that is the 4th principle is social progress, to ensure social progress. The 4th principle, I just recollected it, right? So, in this way, 4 principles are there. What are the 4 principles on the basis, which are basis for the formation of UNO? Yeah, preserving world peace, upholding human rights, and honoring or respecting international law. And 4th one is to ensure social progress. Social progress will happen when there is education, best education, best health. So these are the things. Yeah. Now several organs, organization means which is a composition of several organs. Organism, a living being is called organism, but it is a non-living being, that's what we call organization, but it still have organs. What are the organs? There are 6 organs to this particular body. But this particular body and several agencies are also there. He mentioned it in the textbook as special bodies. They are agencies. Through that, these organs will carry their functions. Through that agencies, they will carry the functions. What are the organs? Let us learn about the organs. Yeah. First and foremost is the organ which will be giving membership to countries in the world. And when this organization got formed, 51 is the strength, inaugural strength of United Nations organization is 51. And now at present, at present, 193 now. When it got formed 51, 51, and now it is strength is 193. Almost all there are something around 212 or 220 countries in the world, small which are countable size and so on. So out of the majority countries which are big countries, almost all they all are part of UNO only. Got it? So 190 last country that joined in 2011 is South Sudan. South Sudan is the last country to join. South Sudan in the month of July, 11th July or 8th July, I think. In 2011, it got joined in the UNO, South Sudan. With that, the strength increased to 193. Right? Okay. Now organs we are going to see about different organs which will be carrying different functions, and even we have to learn about the functions also. Right? Organs. One, General Assembly. General Assembly. Security Council. International Court of Justice. International Court of Justice. Trusteeship Council. Trusteeship Council. Socio-Economic Council. And next one is Secretariat. Secretariat. Body, office. Almost 10,000 people will be working in this particular secretariat at New York. Got it? General Assembly, New York. Okay? Always it is always will be there on New York, right? General Assembly. It will have almost 193 members. Got it? And regarding these organs, I will be explaining you in revision classes. Many more things are there to come because we have a picture in page number 178, I think, if I am not wrong, related to General Assembly. Certain times pictures may be given and you have to explain about them. Yeah. In the last pre-final, I tested my children. Many of them failed to write about the General Assembly. That will be given to you. Related to that will be explained in coming revision classes. Got it? In phases when we come across, right? So, Security Council. These are not mentioned in the textbook, but I am informing you, right? Security Council. It is a very important body which will be making decisions related to peace and war. Got it, ma? It will be making decisions related to peace and war, whether to carry a fight against a nation or not. See, UNO very clearly says that it will be honoring the sovereignty or autonomy of every state. It will not involve in the internal aspects of any state, and provided they should try to promote the world peace. But until unless they disturb the world peace, or any serious violation of human rights are going on in that particular country, Until unless that happens, UN will not involve in any of political or economic, social aspects of any nation. Well, is a guarantee given by UN when it got formed. It will honor the sovereignty of every, small or big, whatever the country it may be. But it may be a big country or a small country, tiny country. It will honor the sovereignty. It will honor. It will be honoring the. It will be honoring the autonomy of the country. Got it? And it will be involving only then when there is a serious threat to the human rights. A very serious violation of human rights is going on. People are suppressed by the governments with the dictatorial powers, and they are not given freedom of expression, freedom of thought, and freedom of life. When their freedom of life is under threat, it will involve. Or whether a country is trying to pose a threat to the world peace, then it will involve and interfere, and it will take action against such a countries. But it's such governments, right? So that's what it said. So if any area there's a need that action should be taken, who takes initiative? Security Council. Got it? And International Court of Justice. Any dispute occurs between two countries, to solve the problem amicably, so that both parties will feel happy. A court was formed, that is International Court of Justice. Its headquarters is at Hague. Hague is in Netherlands. If you see just to be said in Germany, west of Germany, you can find Netherlands. There you can find Hague. The Hague. The Hague, not the Hague. The Hague. Right. Trusteeship Council. Trusteeship Council is if any country emerged newly, like Danzig was made away from Germany and kept under control of League of Nations. Immediately they won't have any government. Someone has to look after the administration of the Trusteeship Council will take that activity. Newly independent country from some dictator or some colonial power, and still they form their government and they make their constitution and they frame their constitution and they form their government. Trusteeship Council will be the caretaker of that particular country. Socio-economic council. Countries are in need of some help, monetary help, or they require some support to promote the education, health facilities in their countries. This council will take care of socio-economic council, and it will be having certain agencies like Food and Agriculture Organization, ILO, International Labour Organization, WHO, World Health Organization. These all will be functioning under the control of Socio-Economic Council. And International Monetary Fund, IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, which is Reconstruction and Development, which is also part of the World Bank. Socio-Economic Council will be the boss. Right, this is the Secretariat Office of UN. It is located in UN, right? Okay. These are the organs now. These are the 6 organs. What are the functions of these organs? What for they are made? Yeah, preserving and protecting world peace function. Very important question. This is also important question. This chapter itself very important. Every area there is importance. Please. Right. Functions. Functions are preserving world peace. Functions of UN. Functions of organs. Or you can call organs. UN is nothing but composition of organs. So organs of UN or UN functions of UN, no problem. Whatever you write. Functions of organs of UNO or functions of UNO, whatever you write, no problem. The same. What are the functions? Preserving world peace, protecting and preserving world peace, preserving world peace. And next, protecting and preserving world peace. Next, improving education and health facilities around the world. Education and health facilities around the world. Facilities around the world. And third function, alleviating, removing, alleviating poverty and hunger in the world. Poverty and hunger from the world. And hunger from the world. Making them run away. Yeah. Justice to those countries who will be getting suffered by some other countries, injudiciously, unjustly. For example, Hitler attacked Polish border, or Italy attacked Ethiopia in Africa, Japan attacked China or Korea in before World War II. These all are illegal. They are not justful. They are not judicious for no reason. See, someone try to disturb you, or someone try to take away your valuables or belongings, then you will give a counter. There is a sense, but without that only to prove your military power, and as you are powerful, you are trying to establish your control upon others and creating a nonsense, taking away their freedom. Such things happen. Then automatically it will come. It will provide justice to those several countries. Providing justice to several countries. Several countries. These are the functions of UN. Principles, aims, functions we all have to remember. Got it? These are principles, functions and aims, 4 marks may be asked. Got it? So 4 in here, 4 functions, 4 principles, 8, aims 2. 10 points, 4 marks. You got a 4 marks answer in this with this video. I hope. Alright? And in the next video we will be coming across General Assembly and Security Council, veto power, and so on. After that we will enter into what is Cold War, introduction part in the next video. That is coming video. Got it? And then after we will be going into proxy wars, which is one of the form of Cold War, and after that we will go into say military alliances, which is also a form of Cold War, and arms and space race. Right. Thank you. See you.